The reason why people don't get what they want in life is only one thing: how their income flow. There are three categories of income flows in this world. All incomes can be categorized into three different sections. We have what we call the portfolio income. Portfolio income is where you use your money to work for you. Okay, that's where you buy shares, paper assets, treasury bills. You have the money, then you invest the money. In this case, you don't work for money. Okay, there's no system that belongs to you that generates income for you, but you have money and the money works for you. That's one. Number two is what we call the passive income. In the passive income model, it's not just your money working for you, but you use the money to create a system. So you will own a system, and in this case, the system works for you. For instance, you have like the filling station owners. They've created a system, so the system works for them. Is that okay? That's another source of income. Or like a supermarket, owners of supermarkets. They are operating with what we call passive income. It's a system. When you enter into the supermarket, you know where to buy the item, you know who to pay the money to. That person who's taking the money knows who to report to. And at the end of the day, the money goes into the accounts of the owner. The owner can be in Accra, and the office can be, the supermarket can be in Kumasi. You'll be in Accra sucking juice, drinking juice, and money is dropping into his account. Because he is not actively or directly involved in the income generation. Do you understand that? So we move on to the next one, which is the most popularly used one, and that's what I'm going to talk about. This is what we call the linear income. I must be honest with you. This is one of the incomes that has devastated many African homes. In fact, if I may say, though research has not been conducted or made into it, I might say that linear income had killed a lot of people, taking more lives than HIV. But people don't know because research has not been conducted into this. What then is linear income? This is the last kind of income. This is the kind of income that gives you money only when you work. Meaning that your income stops at the end of your effort. Your income will immediately stop when you stop working. Very, very ridiculous. So you can work hard for 40 good years. When you go on retirement, all that you did, all that you worked for, it just ends like that. That's why many people work very hard. They work very hard, they go on retirement, you see them at times it's very miserable. And we have heard cases when people have gone on retirement and they are receiving 450 Ghana cedis. What can you do with 450 Ghana cedis? Imagine you have 3 kids to take care of. Imagine you have 2 kids to take care of. What can you do with 350 Ghana cedis? Or 450, even if you are giving 500. You see, because in linear income, you work hard, you use your youthful exuberance, you use your energy, work hard for an organization. When you are old, at age 60, when you think you need to depend on the organization, that's when the organization says, go home, we don't need you anymore. And unfortunately for most of us, we come home with sicknesses because at that age, your liver is weak, and most of the vital organs are weak. Your health bill goes high. So what can you do with 400? And in Africa, I used to tell people we don't marry early. The average marriage age is around 36. So by the time some of us go on retirement, we still have our kids schooling. So 450 Ghana, what do you do with it? So you could see the diagram here. Income is flowing as long as you are putting in effort. Where effort ends, income also ends. Typical example of this kind of businesses is a civil servant, bankers, engineers, journalists, accountants. All of them fall into this category. Even doctors, nurses, all of them fall into this category. But a doctor who decides to operate a different clinic or opens a hospital and is not working in the hospital but employs people to work in the hospital will be enjoying what we call passive income. That is what leads to riches. Why is this so important to us? It's important in the sense that this doctor who has established that clinic can travel, and that clinic will continue to generate income. The most important thing is that he is not actively involved in the generation of the income. This is where Forever Living product comes in. That is why we are telling people, even if you're a worker, you come on board. Forever Living product as a network marketing company operates with what we call passive income. Where is the passive income? The passive income comes in when you introduce other people under you. For instance, I have over thousands of people, over 10,000 people in my team. I have businesses in the US, I have business in France, I have business in UK. I was in UK 2011. I never saw a single member in my team. Just because I started by registering some few people. So as I talk to you, almost every month the company pays me from all the people in my team. If somebody is in UK making an order, buying toothpaste in UK, I'll be paid. The beauty of network marketing. You see, let me analyze something to you. The reason why you should be very careful of linear income is that when you go on retirement, your income will stop.
Yes.
Number two, you can't pass over that income to your generation to come. Now, research has indicated that financial analysts are saying that this kind of income generation model has a challenge. Why should you work hard for 40? Let me ask you, my brother, my sister. Why should you work hard for 40 good years on something you can pass over to your children to come?
Yes.
Just think about it.
Yes.
Our children have to go to school and start afresh. That's why we have unemployment graduate associations being established. Imagine if you, the father, had a business running for you, a passive income business. Your child takes over from there. We have seen people who have worked hard for 40 good, they go on retirement and they have nothing to talk about or to boast with. Number three, apart from that, linear income does not encourage multiple sources of income. This is what financial analysts are saying, that if you're not careful, linear income will make you broke. Why? Because for you to be rich, you need to have multiple streams of income. Income one, income two, income three. Look at Aliko Dangote. Look at Kwame Despite. Look at Kesben. They have multiple streams of income. Look at Unity Oil. He has Unity Oil at Amekom, Unity Oil at Manchima, Unity Oil at Atonsu. You see multiple streams of income. Income one, income two, income three. Why is he able to establish this Unity Oil? Because he is not operating there. The kind of income he makes does not depend on him. In linear income, for instance, you are a mathematics teacher in a school. If you teach this month and you don't teach the next month, you will not be paid. Imagine you say, oh, I taught very well for this month, so the next 2 months I'm not going to teach. Will you be paid? No. So your income depends on your presence. This is what makes linear income very serious. So take note of this. This linear income does not encourage what? Does not encourage multiple streams of income. And for that matter, it's very difficult for you to be rich. For you to be rich, you need to have multiple streams of income. In fact, you can check with all millionaires and billionaires in the world. Aliko Dangote, Kwame Despite, Kesben, Nezum Lion Man. I mean, you can check all of them. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, multiple streams of income. They do several things. But any linear income who will want to have multiple streams of income, often than not, this is what happens to them. Either you sacrifice your health to generate the money, because you see, you are operating with a different principle. You need to be, your presence is needed before you can make money. That is why we see some of them, doctors, they say we are going to do what they call locum. Instead of him to sleep and rest and have gain good health, he's going. You have to go there. Look at teacher. Some teachers have to take part-time. Other people have to take part-time jobs. It's still linear income, because they've realized that where they are working, the money is not enough. Instead of them to change their principle, they change jobs. And the jobs they acquire as part-time income business jobs still operate under linear income. Their presence is needed. The issue here is that get into businesses that will give you money even when you are sleeping. That is the key. Linear income is a killer. So we move on and say that you don't even have time for your family. Could you imagine that? People who want to have multiple streams of income in linear income, what they do is that they acquire part-time jobs. So what they do is that the time they're supposed to spend with their wives and kids, they use that one to generate income. Unfortunately, for most of them too, they get the money all right, but they die. Many people are dying as a result of it. This is why we recommend Forever Living products for you. Listen to me. This is a very good business. Forever Living product has a very good track record. It's not like other network marketing companies that come and before you realize they are gone. It's not about the money and the noise. It's about stability. Forever is been operating for about 41 good years now. We are operating with this passive income. We have individuals who are picking 40,000 Ghana cedis a month. We have individuals who are picking around 50,000 Ghana cedis, even 1 billion a month. We have young ones who have started and they are making around 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Ghana cedis. The most important thing is that these monies are passive, meaning that if they are no more today, the money continue to come. And for me to conclude, let me be honest with you. Passive income is the best way to go. It is only in passive income I have realized that even the dead makes more money than the living who is operating with linear income.